Hello and welcome to the USA Breaking News on 25th May 2026. In China, China launches Shenzhou 23 spacecraft carrying 3 astronauts. China has successfully launched the Shenzhou 23 spacecraft carrying 3 astronauts in a historic mission that marks another major step in country's ambitious space program. The spacecraft blasted off on night of May 24, 2026 from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center located in Gobi Desert in northern western China. It was launched aboard the Long March 22FY23 rocket and headed to China's space stations, where it was expected to dock just 3.5 hours after takeoff. The mission is making headlines globally because one of the astronauts is expected to spend an entire year in space, a crucial test as China prepares for future moon mission planned for 2030. The crew is led by Zhu Jiangsu, technical expert and former of Jinsu 16 astronauts, who becomes the first engineer to command Chinese space mission. He is joined by first-time astronauts and pilots Zhang Ziyuan, as well as Rai Ka-ying, who has made history as the first astronaut from Hong Kong to travel into space. Their missions include replacing the current Shenzhou 21 crew, conducting advanced scientific experiments, spaceworks, cargo transfer, and installing a new equipment aboard China's space station. Chinese scientists say the mission will help study how the human body and mind adapt to long-term life in space, especially for the astronauts staying a full year in orbit. The findings are expected to play a key role in future deep space missions, including planned journey to the moon and eventually Mars. Despite the successful launch, experts acknowledged ongoing challenges such as dangerous space debris and the psychological and physical effects of long-duration space travel. Kigali expands public bus routes as passenger numbers rise. The city of Kigali has announced a plan to expand public transport routes and introduce more large buses on some of the city's busiest roads as the number of passengers using public transport continues to increase. According to Kigali City spokesperson Emma Claudine Ntiringanya, public bus usage has increased by 15% since April 2026, following new measures aimed at improving urban transport services. The improvement included the introduction of dedicated bus lanes and campaign encouraging residents to use public transport amid rising fuel price. Officials say some routes that were previously served only by smaller coast buses will now begin receiving larger buses due to the growing passenger demand. Among the routes set for expansion are Lemera, Murindi Gasogi, RP, Nyamirambo, Miduha, Mageragere. The city also announced a plan to introduce buses serving industrial zone during morning and evening rush hours to support workers commuting to factories. In addition, Kigali is testing a new public transport route connecting passengers to and from Kigali International Airports in Kanombe. Authorities says transport services have significantly improved, with passengers spending less time waiting at bus stops and at terminal. However, the city also raised concern about motorcyclists and private vehicles are regularly using lanes reserved for buses before authorized hour. Kigali officials confirmed that enforcement operation will continue in a collaboration with the police to ensure smoother public transport services. FCA M23 accuses FDLR and Wazalendo fighters of killing 10 civilians in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The FCA M23 coalition has accused the fighter from the FDLR labor group and allied Wazalendo militaries of killing 10 civilians in an attack carried out in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. According to FCA M23 spokesperson Lawrence Kanyuka, the attacks took place during the night of May 24, 2026 in the areas of Maremo and Karembe, located on the border between the territories of Masisi and Warikari. Kanyuka said that in Maremo alone, 3 civilians were killed, 6 others injured, and local reader was abducted. His whereabouts remain unknown. The rebel coalition also claimed that after arriving the attacked areas, the armed group looted property in Ugeru, stealing 11 cows and several pigs belonging to residents. FCM 23 further accused the Congolese government of continuing to support FDLR despite the previous commitment to dismantle the group. The coalition alleged that the government provides weapon and operation support to both FDLR and Wazalendo fighters. The latest violation comes a day after another reported FDLR attack in Ibambo Center in Rutshuru territory in May 18, where a 77-year-old man identified as Nzirorera Tsenkwe was killed and 2 other civilians abducted. In Uganda, Uganda confirms 2 new Ebola cases as a total infection rise to 7. Uganda's Ministry of Health has confirmed 2 new Ebola cases, bringing the total number of reported infection in the country to 7. In a statement released on May 25, 2026, health officials said the 2 newly confirmed patients are Ugandan patients are working nationals working at private clinic in Kampala. Both have been transferred to specialized Ebola treatment center for medical care. Authorities also reviewed that contact tracing efforts are underway to identify and monitor people who may have interacted with the infected individuals amid fear the virus may have spread further. According to the ministry, the Ebola outbreaks was introduced into Uganda by travel from Democratic Republic of Congo (DRC), who arrived in Kampala seeking treatment. The Congolese patient later died in Kiburu Muslim Hospital. Uganda's second confirmed Ebola patient, also Congolese national, reportedly responded well to the treatment and is close to being discharged from a hospital. On May 23rd, the health officials announced the 3 additional Ebola cases, including a Ugandan driver who transported the deceased patient, a doctor who treated him, and another Congolese national. The Ministry of Health urged anyone experiencing symptoms such as stomach pain, vomiting, high fever, or bleeding to immediately seek medical attention. Officials emphasized that early treatment significantly improves survival chances. Meanwhile, in the DRC, health authorities reported by the May 23rd, a total of 904 suspected Ebola cases had been recorded, including 101 confirmed infection. At least 220 deaths linked to the outbreaks are also under investigation. Ousmane Sonko returned to parliament after removal as a Senegal prime minister. Senegalese political leader Ousmane Sonko, who was recently removed from his position as a prime minister, is set to take a seat in the country's National Assembly in later sent to all members of parliament. First Deputy Speaker Ismaila Diallo confirmed that lawmakers will convene on May 26 at 9 a.m. to handle key parliament businesses. The agenda includes only 2 items: the formal reception of Ousmane Sonko as a member of parliament and the election of the Speaker of the National Assembly. Sonko was dismissed from his role as a prime minister on May 23rd following reported disagreement with President Bassirou Diomaye Faye over the direction of national government. On the May 24th Parliament, Speaker El Mariki Diaye, a close ally of Sonko, decided resigned unexpectedly, unavoidably interpreted as a paving the way for Sonko to potentially assume a leadership role in parliament. Sonko's political party, PASTEF, currently holds a parliament majority, strengthening his influence within the legislature. If elected Speaker of the National Assembly, analysts said could intensify political tension between Sonko and President Faye once close allies who now appear increasingly divided. The disputes reportedly stems from disagreement over government's priorities, including corruption allegations involving former President Macky Sall, whom Sonko insists should face justice. Sonko has also criticized President Faye over national debt management and the claim of lack of support for key government decisions. Thank you for watching.